Hi there, my name's Max Newland. My friends and I love anime, but you don't have to take my word for it.
Hello, my name is Max Kostrak, and I have a confession today. I do love anime.
Hey there, my name is Stevie Matos, and I love anime like I love yogurt parfaits.
I watch it, I engage with it, and I think about it a lot.
Give me a good bed of mechs, sprinkled with some harem anime, a slice of life, and some little dabs of a sports anime. Let's go.
Now doesn't that sound delicious? Join us every Monday at the After School Anime Club, a podcast where we play fun games and talk through the anime classics of the 90s and 2000s. That's the After School Anime Club, available now on your podcatcher of choice.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Kame House Party for another week. I'm Vince.
I'm Aaron.
And normally this is the number one bestest and only improv comedy Dragon Ball watch-along podcast in the known universe.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can plainly see, we are on strike, which means no more watch-along content because Sony is a struck company. But what we're going to do instead is provide you with awesome supplemental content throughout the strike season to fill up your feeds with amazing goodness. Look, if you've got the means, this is also a great time to go check out all of our back catalog of additional supplemental content that's behind the paywall on our Patreon at patreon.com/KameHouseParty. But I can't talk anymore about that because we got to talk about today's episode, which is this is the third in a row of Manga Reader's Digest. Yeah, we're back, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Manga, it's back on the menu.
Yeah, it's a strike. Let's not work.
Yeah, we're trying to take it easy. Well, we're picking up hobbies. Like, I don't know about you, Aaron, but golf is a hobby and a sport that a lot of people pick up, and we're gonna talk about the first 3 chapters of this here manga, Robot and LASERBEAM, or Robot X LASERBEAM, aka Robot LASERBEAM, however you want to not pronounce the X.
I have to say, I went into this blind, and you're like, this week we're reading Robot LASERBEAM. I'm like, okay, haven't really done a sci-fi thing. Let's go on it. And I'm like, of course, you son of a bitch, you got me to read a sports manga.
That's right. I've been trying to get Aaron to learn the true value of Haikyuu over these years. He won't bite, but I tricked him with this one. I put this pill in some peanut butter.
I know, you were like, Aaron, would you like this piece of cheese that's shaped like an iPad? And I'm like, looks suspicious, but I'll bite, which I did. Broke 2 teeth, but then I found this manga inside.
Yeah. I think it's important to note that this is a manga by Tadatoshi Fujimaki, aka the mangaka for Kurokuno's Basket. He doesn't have a ton to his name, but one of the things he does have, and I think it's important because I'm referencing right now a image of the first volume's cover of our protagonist, who is a orange-haired, spiky protagonist with glasses, a bit of a bored look on his face. And now I'm going to show you what I think this is how Fujimaki-san thinks of himself.
Okay.
And you may see a theme. Boom. When I Googled Fujimaki-san, this is what came up.
Bored look.
Spiky
hair.
Yep.
Bespectacled.
That's it. So I think in Kuroko no Basket there's a character that also is spiky haired and bored looking. Let me see if I can back
up.
Back that thing up. I don't think I can.
Yeah, back that Google up.
Well, look at him. That's the real deal.
Okay. This is actual image.
This is the actual image. So I love it.
What is VGMDB?
I don't know, but
video games, man. Dragon Ball.
Video games, man. Dragon Ball. .com. But look at this smooth operator.
I know. Ooh.
Thank you, What Kind, for submitting this on September 11th, 2021 at 8:01 a.m.
He's a handsome lad.
Yeah. So I totally get it. Make art in your own image when you can.
This manga stars me, and he's the best at what he does. Why'd you get rid of the manga? We need it back. There we go.
Yeah, I brought it back.
But do you want to give a premise for this non-sci-fi?
Yeah, this is a hard S for sports anime. Our main character, Robo, aka Robo, he is a bored, stoic-looking teenager who's convinced by a friend of his to join the club golf team.
Not yet.
Well, so how much am I talking about here?
Well, I mean, the usual thing where we talk about the first 3 chapters of this manga. I did read more than 3 because I had a little time today, and I'm like, I do want to find out if he becomes the very best.
Right? Because it's classic sports. Well, yeah, I think a pretty classic sports setup. So Robo has no interest in any sport. He's like, why would you ever compete? Blah, blah, blah.
He's too busy, counting ones and zeros.
Mm-hmm. He's a real nerd.
He's too busy building cars.
And also he's too busy being bullied and not noticing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's so not paying attention to anybody else, only paying attention to what he deems worthy of his time. Through like a few varying circumstances, he gets convinced to give golf a try in these first 3 episodes first 3 chapters, and ends up gaining the eye of the best high school golfer in Japan, Yozan Miroya,
the samurai.
Oh yeah, he's straight power, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's quite the interesting, little golf story.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Also one of my favorite games, Golf Story. But yeah, I like this little opening from Fujimaki-san.
He says, I'm older than him. He was born the same year I was.
Oh, snap. Really?
Please don't steal my information with that information.
Oh, no. Too much information. But yeah, I imagine there are a lot of people who've never played golf and feel it's beyond them. I'm here to let you know that is not the case. I picked up the sport myself, and not because my parents are particularly well off or because I was particularly passionate about it. It all started when I saw a match on TV and thought I'd give it a try. So I didn't write this manga from an expert's perspective. I just want this manga to be enjoyable, to read, and to maybe foster an interest in the sport.
Okay. So, yeah, I think that's a good play. It feels like it's coming from that place.
Yeah, it does. And I think having both the kind of main characters be straight up beginners of this, like, really lend to that. Like, I think one of the first questions Robo or Robot asks his friends is like, "What's a yard?" I was like, wait a minute, you're supposed to be smart.
Why aren't we doing meters?
Mm-hmm.
Here we have a mysterious figure just whacking balls into baskets.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Aaron, do you have any golf experience?
Yeah, I've played the King's game. What's the Queen's game? Prince's game.
The Duke's Dawdle.
Mm-hmm. I know it's the Good Walk Spoiled.
Ah,
as
that's
Mark Twain once put it.
The Good Walk Spoiled.
But no, I've played some golf. There was a summer in my earlier years. I mean, we played a little golf at your old bachelor party.
Oh, yes, we did. How could I ever forget?
Because I beat your ass. That's how.
He crushed me.
Just one in the driving event.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I can drive. I'm much like, the one. Yeah, that guy in the corner, the serious guy. The
serious guy who hits the ball real hard.
Short game's real bad, but
yeah,
I can drive like a son of a gun.
I would catch myself watching a lot of golf as a kid. Partially because my dad is an avid golfer.
Oh, interesting.
He competes in like tournaments down south, or like with a friend of his, and like at my school they put on like a golf benefit, and my dad plays almost every year. I should say my alma mater. I've since graduated.
This is like a new lore drop. I didn't realize your father was a golfer.
Yeah, I think it would make his life if I actually got into golf and was like, "Hey, let's go play." The last time he was in the city, we went to the Chelsea Pier, went to the driving range. It's balls. It was really nice. I like the driving range. I like golf. As a gigantic person, listener or viewer, if you don't know, I'm 6'6" tall. So golf hurts my back a lot, because I'm using clubs for normal people and I bend over too far. So I have to actually, if I want to play golf, I have to get custom golf clubs made or get hand-me-downs from an NBA star. Like that's the only way I'll feel comfortable.
You got to start writing letters to Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
Dear Mr. Diesel.
Hey, look, I got a letter RIL.
Well, Shaq, I think, you answer all fan mail. I think you better open it up and see who it's from.
Oh, it's from this short guy who's only 6 feet tall.
Oh, what a horrible life.
It's got to be sad.
I bet they can barely palm a basketball.
You know, Michael Jordan was 6'6".
Oh, that degenerate gambler?
Hey, watch yourself.
Wait, do you like Michael? I don't know. I actually don't know.
All Shaq will say is, play me one-on-one right now. See who wins. Just like this letter. It reads, Dear Mr. Diesel.
Respectful.
I'm a 32-year-old man who wants to connect with his father in the game of golf.
I'm tearing up.
I humbly ask that if you do have such an interest, that you may bequeath me your golf clubs for me to play with my father. Thank you. Best. Very tall man, Vince.
I would say yes, give him the clubs, but there is another paragraph where he just wants you to listen to his podcast.
Diesel don't play that. but Diesel will play any MP3 you DM him.
Yeah, you'll put it in the set.
That's a fact.
Shaq fact. Are there Shaq facts? Shaq, do Shaq facts.
Shaq needs to have Shaq facts.
Just post it. Shaq fact. Today's Shaq fact. I love a chili dog. Shaq fact.
Shaq fact.
That's
number
easy content.
8,650.
That's how you get a deal with Sonic.
Shaq has never eaten a Cheez-It.
Shaq fact.
But the thing about him playing music that people send him is real. If
you
you have a song and you think it's good, and Shaq also thinks it's good, you can send it to him, and he will play it on a set the next time he does DJing. And Aaron, he got into DJing, he said, because it's the only way he can get that finals, like the NBA finals energy of a crowd roaring for him.
Interesting.
Like, which is like, man, oh, that's a huge dragon to chase. But look at him. He's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
He's really doing it.
He's DJing.
Mm-hmm. Unlike our MC here, like it opens on a scene of all these teenagers enjoying karaoke, kind of.
Mm-hmm. They're freaked out by one spiky-haired boy who just seems to be playing the tambourine.
Look, the metronome is an important part of any musical ensemble.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Percussion is necessary for music to be heard and enjoyed.
He's having fun. He's just has... I don't know if we want to get into like how this is a good doctor situation.
Rip that Band-Aid off and start charging his insurance.
He's a surgeon. No, this is kind of they don't outright say it, but Robo-kun, as he is called because he acts like a robot, but his real name is Roboto.
This is awful. It's awful that they named him Roboto.
Look, you can name manga characters anything you want.
This is true.
But like, yeah, they're like, oh, he acts like a robot. I'm just like, is this an autism as superpower thing? Because here's a spoiler: he's very good at golf somehow.
Yeah,
just naturally, just out of the blue.
It's hinted at that it's not totally out of the blue.
Mm-hmm.
But it is. I could definitely get behind the, hey, this guy's on the spectrum kind of narrative, regardless, because of the way that he acts. Their first years in school, so like 14, 15. And this is Robo's friend Tomoya, who sees golf as a get rich quick scheme.
He's classic best friend. High energy, not good at anything, but supportive. No, I think, and I will say, having reading read a few, I'm like, the spectrum thing does not seem exploitative.
Right.
It's just like, this is what he is. It's like, and like you said, he's preternaturally good at golf through various means. But they do attribute it a little bit to his mechanical thinking.
Yeah, it seems like he's a keen observer, a great, listener, all those kind of things that make what I would say are great athletes. Those who can watch and mimic and then practice on their own, because end up being those people who, definitely make it farther than even the just naturally gifted people. Having been through this road of competition before, it does remind me a lot of those days, like working on my basketball game in the summer, and getting into the gym and working out in the off season in my downtime. I thought about it while I was reading this. I was like, I've spent, and I'm 32 now. I've still spent the majority of my life, Aaron, on a sports field or on a basketball court. I played 3 sports in high school across all 4 years of high school. Yeah, go
basketball.
for it.
I know that. Number one with a bullet.
Ooh.
Tag. No.
Tag number 2.
You didn't do football.
Nope, I did.
You did do football?
Yep.
Don't tell me you did baseball too. The 3 classics.
I did baseball for 1 season, and my eyesight is so bad. I was like, no way.
I'm not getting beaned with glasses on.
No, thank you. No, thank you. They did not need me. Okay, I had a nice arm, but after freshman year, I was like, no thanks. And then he gets the 3rd sport.
Let me think. Not wrestling.
Think about it. Mid-Atlantic, East Coast.
Were you a lacrosse gentleman?
There we go. I was a laxer.
Like, it can't be wrestling. That happens at the same time as basketball.
Yeah. Yep. I was a lax basketball and football guy. Played basketball in college.
God, your collar had to be so popped.
Oh.
You're 3 polos at once.
God, I think if I went back in time and saw myself doing that, I would punch myself, because I never did that. There were plenty of my classmates who did that shit, wearing multiple popped collars. I was the kid that was, especially when it came to lacrosse, I was just super athletic and picked up the sport really well, and had the respect of my English teacher, who was also the coach. And he was just like, yeah, we need some real athleticism, so why don't you try out? And I did. And they were already a really great team. Yeah. Delaware, Maryland, Virginia is an odd hub for lacrosse, if you didn't know. A lot of pros coming out of the DMV.
Interesting.
But yeah. Man, practice is one of those things when it comes to golf that never ends.
Yeah, it's like wait, was that the end of the first chapter?
I don't think so. I think I did something wrong. Keep going.
I'm like, wait, I thought there was more. Oh no.
There we go.
Okay. Like, I thought you left an embarrassment.
Oh no.
I was going to talk about the art a little bit, which is, it's a very clean style. There's not the best friend, again, I forget his name. But he gets most of the like joke expressions, because Robo-kun, he's just stays the same. And then everyone else is like, I'm in a very serious manga.
Yes.
It is harsh lines, stern looks.
The drama. All right, here we go. Yeah, I was checking out the preview chapters. Hold on a sec.
We're holding. I think for some reason I thought you told me that you did football, but not, or barely. Like, how many did you play? All 4 years?
I played football and basketball all 4 years. I played lacrosse for 2 years, and I played baseball for 1 season. In my decision to not play baseball, and like the 1 spring season I had off, I put on 25 pounds of muscle in the gym. I went from 155 to 175.
Dang.
Yeah. And that was also the summer that I grew like a significant amount of inches and came back to school. I was like 6'3", 175 pounds or something like that. 6'4", something like that. Yeah, I'm a freak. Kind of like this dude, Yozan Miruya, a first year who looks like a grown ass man.
This adult gentleman is at the range complaining like, oh, it's only 100 yards, so this doesn't help me in any way, shape, or form.
No matter what I do, how hard I swing, it always hits the net. My burden.
I'm just too good at golf. But then he hears and sees the perfect sound. Someone just ball after ball after ball hitting the same sign over and over again. If you don't play golf, impossible.
Quite literally impossible.
A complete fabrication.
I feel like golf is just designed to be imperfect, and that is the challenge. Hitting a golf ball in a direction you want it to go is the hardest part of the game, and that's all the game is.
It's mitigating risk, but that's a beautiful way to put it. Is that it's on random, and okay. Wait a minute. Is golf just a Souls-like?
Oh, Aaron, you're absolutely right.
Next game from FromSoft, Golf Souls.
Yeah. Oh man, that would be. Look, I'm telling you, some of our favorite games to play online. Everybody's golf.
Mm-hmm.
Golf video games are great.
They're easier to navigate for sure.
Yes.
But you get a bad beat sometimes. You just gotta play through it. You gotta figure out what to do.
Mm-hmm. I do like that to get better. Tomoya is like, I bought this really expensive club.
In the description, it was like, it's made of stainless steel. I'm like, why would it be made of stainless steel? That seems not good.
You got it. It's about getting that I think it's like the golf head, not the whole club. But the different kinds of clubs, like your irons, your woods, your drivers, your wedges, they come in different metal alloys to get different kind of performance out of them. That's what I know in my limited golf experience, and from just absorbing the sport through osmosis. One of my roommates in college, shout out to Arthur. He was a golfer. He's on the golf team, and we did go see him. We did go see a match as a group.
Okay,
and there was a Sonic, and it was delicious.
When you're following a golf game in real life, are you just like walking with him?
We weren't walking with him. We were on the course at the same holes. Because like they do set up like walking paths for spectators, kind of. So you can move from like hole 5 to hole 10 and hole like 2 to hole 3, like kind of easily, depending on how it's laid out. But we didn't stay for the whole match.
That's a lot. That's half your day. When it was at its most difficult, was there only one set of footprints because you were carrying him from hole to hole?
No, but surprisingly little adult oversight.
Honor system.
You got your scorecard. You're checking your boxes. Like, it's not like there's a referee or an adult proctoring every hole or every pair that's scheduled to play that day. So it does just look like a bunch of kids playing golf. Like, you would never know that like this is an NCAA sanctioned event.
Interesting.
Which was cool and weird.
Where are we in the story?
I skipped to the bullies.
Okay.
Again, when I started reading this, I was like, why are these grown ass men picking on this particular nerd for buying an expensive golf club?
It's like I don't know how Japan operates, but it just seems like in manga and anime, bullies outnumber regular people. I feel like there's always a group of people who are just like, hey, I'm going to just ruin your day for no reason. Why? Who would?
And I'm gonna look 28 while I do it.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna roll those R's and then demand you give me money.
But the world that Fujimaki-san has built is one where everybody plays golf. Everybody knows all the fucking rules of golf. And if you're not good at golf, you're a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the stakes. Our bully duo are like, you look, kid, you can't handle this fucking club. You understand that? And I'll show you why. You suck. This is how a real man handles this club.
You've got no talent. Just sell the club. Just this.
Because they're not even saying like, sell it to us. We'll take it off your hands, kid.
/ you don't. Because you think the classic bully move would be like, you don't deserve a club this nice. And then he starts like tonguing the club. Come here, baby. You belong with the real golfer.
Now you're just doing berserk.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, what's he doing with that club cover?
I haven't read any Berserk.
I just watched the most recent Death Battle, and Guts is in it. So I got the crash course on the
spoiled.
Story. I got spoiled.
Talk about the good read spoiled.
Mm-hmm. But to defend against his friend's honor, Robo's like, hey, I don't like golf, but I won't let you bully my friend. The challenge is using that club, get the ball on the green, get at least 1 out of 10 shots on the green.
And then he just does it. After the third try.
Try.
You know things are getting serious when panels get big.
Mm-hmm. Panels get big and sound effects get onomatopoeia'd.
He's already wearing golf pants.
School uniforms. Might as well be.
He's gloved up. Why is he wearing a glove? How does he know this? Wait a minute.
Robo, who you trying to play, kid?
I don't know anything about this golf you speak of.
Oh, we didn't talk about how they describe Robo as having like crazy hair because his dad married a Scottish foreigner.
Oh yeah, he's yeah. Which is
just look, this came out in like 2014, which doesn't make it better. Just makes it older.
He's got crazy hair because he's a foreigner. and they're like, that's why he was picked on, because it's like, ugh.
That's even worse. Poor guy.
But look, you can't deny he can smash those balls. Also, I just got the Scottish thing. I'm like, oh, Scottish, I get it.
Mm-hmm. The Highlands.
The origins of the game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Look at these are some real Junji Ito faces here of shock, of just like, these are some horrified faces.
Let me see if I can zoom in on them for you.
Yeah.
Nope.
Make them dance.
My computer is like, no, I will not zoom in.
I'm too scared of these faces. They're freaking me out.
Can we try to make the ah and wah noises?
Okay.
Whoa.
Ah.
Whoa. Whoa.
Ah. Ah. No, hold on. There's ellipsis, so it's just like and then an
Okay.
There we go. Done.
Take that to the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love
the
it.
sound bank. He's just like, how are you doing that? I'm just aiming. Do you guys not aim?
And that is something I think universally in sports manga that they do get right, is the best players, when you ask them how they do something, they'll just be like, I don't know. I just do it. I just jump and I dunk the ball. Like if you asked like Russell Westbrook, one of the greatest athletes in the history of basketball, how he does the things he does, he'd probably just say, I don't know, I want to do it, so I go do it. I want to cross somebody up, so I cross them up.
I can as a non-sporto. I feel like I missed out on at least some of the psychological coaching you get from sports. Some of the focus. It seems like sports are just like, hey, idiot, just don't think about it. You just kind of gotta go do it.
Sports is the improv of the body, Aaron. Is what I'm telling you
now. Yes, and I'm interested now.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me more. Are there classes?
There are.
And levels?
And there are.
Can I spend a lot of money on it?
Of course you can, my dear boy.
Are there tryouts?
Aaron, there's tryouts every day. You turn your practice into a tryout.
Ooh. Do people form teams?
Oh, they do. Even within their practice groups, they form teams. And sometimes they play on teams with random people.
In some sort of pickup improv show?
At a park or a basketball jam.
I gotta go to this It's Sunday at 3 p.m. I gotta go to a basketball jam.
The only difference is sports use props. So
there's now I'm not interested. If I can't mime a bat and ball.
When athletes pretend to be on the phone, they do this. Improvisers, they do this.
This is only funny to me and no one else, and I love this.
That we could keep moving on. Robo, being the sick golf freak he is, he gets it on the green and is like, oh wait, I still haven't reached my target yet, so I'm gonna keep hitting these shots.
7 shots left.
He's got 7 shots left, and it seems on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Must have been the 9th shot. He chips that bitch in from 150 out.
150-yard chip, hole in one.
It's insane.
I know.
It's absolutely insane.
That's 150 times 0.8 meters.
Now you're getting it. Now you're doing the math.
He's like, okay. He's like, it's done. I did it.
I do like that the bullies just leave while Robo is still doing it, so we don't have to see that get resolved.
I mean, clearly it's just a device to get Robo to start playing. You're showing that Robo's a good dude. He's a good friend. Mm-hmm. He's gonna stand up for his friend. And it is a funny bit of having the bullies just leave. But like when you think about it, these bullies don't make any goddamn sense.
No, they don't. And we do learn that they were other students that the captain of the golf club had played against before.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just wild. That they look like they're 40 years old. Then we cut to our other MC, Yozan, still listening for that sound of the golfer that hit those hundreds 5 times in a row. Could this be the guy? It's guys looking for guys with more guys on top. That's what I love about sports anime. All the dudes.
Fair skin, crazy hair versus regular hair, dark skin.
Who's going to be victorious? And is Vince going to make Aaron read Blue Box or Cross Manage? Should look like a lot of fun.
All right, here we go.
This is where
scooch back.
This is where the rubber really
too far ahead.
So
we got the premise.
Yeah.
Someone who doesn't want to golf versus someone who's a real freak for golf.
The semi-pro at 15 or a pro, right? Yeah.
I don't know.
That is the thing about golf. If you're good enough, you can get on the tour.
Child labor.
Hey, those pots are in the millions of dollars once you get pro.
Mm-hmm.
But it is really hard to get there. Like extremely difficult to get to the pro level and actually make money. Because as a professional golfer, it's like you and a caddy. And you represent yourself. You're driving yourself to things, all that good stuff. So you end up like eating a bunch of costs just to go play to try to qualify for whatever tournament.
Yeah, have a hope.
Yeah. And then once you get in the tournament, you're up against, VJ. Now my golf references are so out of date.
Yeah, I don't know who's new.
BJ Singh and Mike Weir. We don't talk about him that much anymore, but Tiger Woods. How many golfers can he name? Bubba Watson, Ricky Fowler.
These sound legit to me.
Now I'm just going to say something that might not sound legit. Tony Bilsner.
You just paused at the end, which does not lend to its credibility.
Michael Crunch.
Michael Crunch. Okay, that's a made-up one. That's the line.
Samuel Perkowitz.
Okay, we're back on track.
Doug Flunk.
Which I don't know what's real and not anymore. These all sound like golfers.
Tony Shalhoub.
Okay. I don't know if he golfs professionally. Maybe as a hobby.
One of those celebrity tournaments.
Mm-hmm. Golf club join.
Robo say no. I wish I had the
What's so
confidence
fun
to turn
about
people.
golf?
Yeah, that's the refrain from Robo. What's so fun about golf? I don't get it. He's a real Shikamaru, but for golf.
Is it as fun as staring blankly in class?
Is it as much fun as having one friend?
Oh.
Yeah, that came off mean.
Do we see his dad? I think we see his dad in this chapter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I think Robo, like when they ask, like, dude, how are you that good at hitting the ball? If you don't know what a golf club is, you don't know what a yard is. And he's like, oh, it's just something I did while I watched my dad do work.
Yeah.
And they're like, his dad must be a golfer. Nope. He's a stay-at-home husband.
He owns a cafe.
Oh, he owns a cafe. He owns a cafe.
And a farm to table.
Mm-hmm.
Growing his own vegetables. We don't see the...
We don't see the mom.
I know, is the Mancada like, I can't draw a Scottish woman. She's going to end up looking like Brave. Like Mirda.
Fujimaki-san's like, I don't want to touch this.
I'm like, it's just going to end up being a bear.
But we do learn a little bit more about Roboto. That he and his dad are similarly type A kind of guys. His dad's like nonplussed about like his questions about like, is school fun? Is it fun? And
then
yeah.
It seems like just a dad who really knows his son of like, oh, I noticed a slight change.
Mm-hmm.
Things must be going really well. You must be having a lot of fun at school, actually.
I can see you're sitting 3 centimeters higher than usual, son. Does that mean you're in love?
Blush.
And then we get a little insight. It's like it seems like the dad is alluding to that he was a golfer or something like that, or he had the same aptitude as his son for golf. Because he notices like, he's hitting the sound of the ball is a little different.
Wait, hold on. Wait a second. Rewind. Boop, 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 boop. Now the dad. That's a dead ringer for the mangaka.
Yes.
Actually.
Yeah, that's right. Papa Robo is Fujimaka.
Very meta.
Fujimaki. Yeah.
He's just sinking balls in baskets.
Mm-hmm.
He's just doing carnival games.
But like that's the level of like practice that you need at every aspect of the golf game, from driving to, you know, the fairway game to like how you get in and out of bunkers. And then don't talk to me about the short game and don't talk to me about the greens. Cause I'm a putt man myself. That's what I get down at. No handicap and putt. Everybody's on the same level.
And then he's back at school. What was? Oh yeah, he's like, hey, this guy was in the magazine. The guy. Here's this famous guy. He's in high school. He's a grown adult man. He's 14.
He's got the build. He's got the build of a superstar. Tomoe is like, hey, look, let's check out this driving range for a change. Let's do some side quests, my boy.
Yeah. His buddy has a slight plan of like, if I just introduce different aspects of the game to him, then he'll want to join the golf club.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I'll get him into it. It just seems like, well, one, he knows he's very talented.
Yeah, I think enough people are telling Robo that he's got something. He's got something for golf.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Yuzan or Yozan? Yozan is like another day of discouragement. He's like, all right, I'm not going to find this golfer today. As he's walking out,
he hears it. I can't even mimic the sound of like a very good hit on a golf ball. Is it a thunk?
Yeah, I don't have a.
It's kind of a pop.
Yeah, it's kind of in my mind, it's a ting.
Yeah,
it's that right. Metalhead hitting that hard ball.
Mm-hmm. Flying in the air, hooking to the right.
Mm-hmm. Well, Aaron,
like did
you learn the difference between a draw and a fade from the earlier chapters?
No.
A draw, the ball goes from right to left. A fade, the ball goes from left to right. So
fine. I got faded when I played.
Oh yeah, we were definitely faded when we played.
I found him.
and yeah, this is pretty nice little mix 'em up setup. Yozan turns the corner to not find our boy Robo holding the club, but Tomoya, who is Tomoya's giving the performance of a lifetime.
Oh, it's just it looks so sad.
Mm-hmm. I finally found you. Let's see who's better.
Good. What? I heard my friend crying.
Oh, look at that,
No change there.
Aaron, Haikyuu's right here.
402.1. Point. Oh, they had to go into decimal system. They had to Dewey Decimal Haikyuu.
Yeah, man. Those bump sets and spikes need decimal points too.
Oh boy. God, remember what was the name of that weird, very homoerotic volleyball anime we watched when you were over here?
It wasn't volleyball, it was racquetball. Or badminton.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the Salarymen's Club, and subtitles should be who fall in love with each other.
who just love each other so much.
When two coworkers love badminton and each other, they can do anything.
It was a good show.
It was fun, but it was not veiled at all.
Man, that was definitely not in the premise.
No,
It was not in the description.
but it definitely was part of the story. So Yozan freaking out about the sound that he heard. He's like, "Hey, it's you. It's the sound. It doesn't matter if you're good or bad. What you just did is special. You're special." Tomoya eating that shit up. I love it. It's like, oh, if you think so.
I've got a long way to go, but if I give it my all, I'll get there.
Yozan challenges him to hit a real golf course.
Prestigious.
Yep. Have you ever been to a country club that has like a dress code and stuff?
I have golfed at places that had dress codes once, and it was just like, you need a collared shirt. The one back in my hometown, they didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They're like, are you paying money? Great. Good.
You pay your dues, you're in. You pay your don'ts, you're out.
You're out. Why would you pay don'ts? You're putting the money in the wrong place.
I'm just trying to get buffet access, baby. Sunday brunch.
There's no, I've never, I don't think I've actually ever been to a country club.
They're pretty boring. Stuffy.
Country music is what I love, but that's the only member of a country. Wait, who sings? I have to figure out who sings this. Someone horrible, maybe? This isn't a regular episode. I can look this up.
Yeah, you can look this up.
I'm a member of a country club. Travis motherfucking Tripp, baby.
Ooh, Travis Tripp.
Country music is what I love.
Bow, bow, bow.
AVG found a tracking cookie on my Mac.
Hold on. Do I need to grab my banjo for this?
Do you?
No.
When was the last time it's been tuned?
I think I tuned it like a month and a half ago.
Okay.
It's out of tune now, though, for sure.
Using he loves golf. I love golf.
I love golf.
I don't want to lose doing something I love. Do you need a reason for something like that?
And that message hits our boy Robo pretty hard. Not wanting to lose, doing something you love.
His heart is melt. His robot heart.
This is how Weiger became a real boy.
Doing something you love.
Hey, buddy, what's love? Wow, you really hit that ball.
Weiger doesn't. He brings his own club to the course.
That's right.
That's what he's swinging.
That's what he's.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Jokes just for us. This is what the show is.
I bet you Weiger listens.
He probably does. He's on strike. He's got nothing else to do.
He's got nothing else to do. I'm sure his ass is reading Robot Laserbeam just like us.
He's in the anime now.
Yozan bowing to the course is pretty fucking cool.
Yes.
I don't know. I love it. I love respecting your own sport in a way that is what's the word? Like close to a religious experience. Like I haven't gone to church in many a decade now. I feel myself to be a spiritual person, but the closest I get and the most joy I ever get is when I'm able to step onto the fields and basketball courts that I spent a ton of time on. That's why every year, except the years that I was going through treatment, I went back for my alumni basketball game. That's why I am on the alumni committee for my college team. Sport is good in so many ways. It can do a lot for you.
To piggyback on that idea, I was actually thinking about that idea of like spirituality. And I have also not, I've set foot in a church recently for non-religious reasons, for familial responsibilities, but like I'm not a church goer. But I was like, I haven't had what I would call a religious experience, which to me is just a reverence or either a release,
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get serious for a second. When I did go to church, when I was devout in Mormonism, there were absolutely times where I felt this, what I would call now, what I used to call like a connection to God and like a connection to like the love of God. But I think I would describe now as just like this more universal sense of like, I'm okay. The universe, like just a weird universal love.
Right.
Just a sensation of that. And I actually experienced that a little bit this past week when I was like at a concert. It was a band I've been trying to see for like years. I actually had tickets to go a few weeks after I moved away from New York or from New Jersey. And I finally got to see them. And it was just like this communal thing of, a communal experience that was actually, I would compare to like a religious experience to a degree. I know some people, that's what I'm not gonna downplay. That's what I felt.
I was gonna say, don't downplay that at all. I think I now having all the experiences I've had, like Shaq, I was chasing that high of being an athlete, like being at the peak of your physical performance, and doing something that people like just couldn't understand or like couldn't experience because they weren't doing it at the same level. And since that, I've looked at like concerts and things. I'm like, oh yeah, why I never once really wanted to go to a concert like in my youth. And I think it was one, because I didn't have time because I was at a practice. And two, I was getting that same feeling that you were getting every time I won a sporting event.
Yeah.
Every time I put up a double in high school, every time a scout came to one of my games, or when I was going on college tours, people were like, yeah, we took a look at your stats. We'd love to have you. Like, that's that kind of like, like you feel it. It feels really good. And when I didn't have that, I definitely fell into a bit of a depression right after school. And then I found improv, and it all came back. So like improv is now the primary source of that energy that I get, like from performing live on a court to performing live on a stage. Both hardwood, one's better varnished than the other.
You can wear street shoes on one of those places.
Exactly.
It makes sense that you would gravitate towards improv because one, you're a hilarious gentleman, but two, there is I feel like there's the in the momentness of both sports and improv, where it's all there is now.
Yep.
When you're doing it right, all there is now.
I think these panels definitely communicate that the best. And I think these are the strongest
my favorite
panels
page out of all of it. Yeah.
Because that goes on ass.
Because of this teenager.
But like these panels are big, simple. there's nothing else in them but the act of swinging this club at the ball. And the result is awesome.
A blast.
It's awesome.
I love a blast effect with like those circles around the straight line. Ooh, that's just so visually delightful.
If you're not breaking the sound barrier when you throw or hit a ball, what are you doing?
Does
in
it?
Your manga?
Sometimes. You can?
I don't think so.
Oh. Or am I thinking? I'm thinking of a whip.
I think you're thinking of a whip.
The tip of a whip. The
breaks
tip of
the
the
sound
whip.
barrier. That's where the crack of the whip comes from. The tip of the whip, the teeth, the tongue.
The tip of the whip, the crack. The
crack of the bat.
Robo showing the slightest bit of emotion. What?
Tomoya. Gosh.
And then he sheathes it all cool like a sword, his club.
And you see a lot of golfers do that, especially when they nail it. They do one of those. I think one of the craziest golf things I've seen in a while is, like I was talking about celebrity golf tournaments. Steph Curry, you're familiar? The greatest NBA shooter of all time. He is apparently an expert golfer, and at a tournament that I guess happened this summer, he hit a hole-in-one. And like the highlights of his play were equally as impressive as his basketball highlights in terms of like his precision, like the accuracy, the fidelity, and the touch that he has with the basketball translates to golf. So if you think that golf isn't a sport for athletes, you're very wrong. Because it does take a significant amount of athleticism to play golf at a high level. Not that every golfer's physique would tell you that, but those are athletes. Can't tell me baseball players are athletes and golfers aren't. I've seen a lot more round baseball players than I have golfers. But yeah, Yozan shows his stuff. He crushes it, and this is where we learn. We already did the nickname, the samurai, but this is more of a dramatization of what it's like. That godlike driver shot, like a single strike of lightning,
like a Zenitsu.
Thunderclap and
stroke.
Thunderclap and stroke. And then Tomoya.
Just spew. Even the onomatopoeia is disappointed.
Yeah, they're all poorly drawn. Plaque.
Oh. What happened? That sound. And this poor kid. This poor keeps.
He tries trying. And he tries. You're nothing but a beginner. And then he starts to cry. Yozan tears up at the idea that the excitement that he had for playing somebody with some kind of special skill is gone. I'll never get this opportunity. He's like, I'll never get this opportunity again. Which is so so pure.
I don't want to being the best doesn't mean anything if there's not a challenge. How can I be better? How can the steel be refined and forged without pressure, heat?
And golf being such a solitary sport, I can see him be like, oh, someone to play with.
Please.
Just want a friend. I'm 14.
Sure, my 401k is doing great. And the kids are wonderful, but
Sure, I made $5 million last weekend.
But I just want to hang out with friends. Very dangerous.
Very dangerous. But Tomoya and Robo come clean. Like, he's the guy who made the sound. It's this guy you've been looking for. To test him, he's like, chip me that ball from there. He's like, the sound. And then I'm assuming the King engine starts from One Punch Man. Just and then then the challenge is back on.
I want to officially challenge you.
Robata Hatohara. I'm often called Robo. I am often called a Robo. I am a golf bot.
88.6% of the time, I am called Robo.
But that does it for the first 3 chapters of Robot and Laserbeam.
I'll say I read ahead. Their match, very good.
Oh, that's all I needed to hear, because I was getting ready to, because when I first read it, I was like, I don't know. It feels a bit, rote, it's like classic sports rivals. One's practiced their entire life. One has unknowingly practiced half their life. But then I as I went to bed last night, I was thinking like, there's got to be more golfers. I want to meet some crazy golfers. I want to meet some crazy golfers.
Who's wearing some crazy par 4s?
Oh, somebody needs a dog leg broken.
This, like I said, I read ahead. There are some more golfers. There's a lot more people he has to get through to make it back to this challenge. It's Billy Madison. It's anime Billy Madison.
Yeah. And that's absolutely fine, because Billy Madison, great sports story.
Wonderful movie.
I think they made a fake 30 for 30 about Billy Madison on ESPN. And they should do one about Robo, and they should do one about Kuroko No's Basket, and they should do one about Slam Dunk. They should definitely do multiple about Haikyuu.
But all these high school sports.
Man, this country has such an obsession with high school sports anyway.
That's true. We only really love one high school sport.
America does love one high school sport in particular.
Like, I know people from my hometown who go to the high school football games. They don't have any children in high school. Like, I guess it's something to do. Get a hot dog.
And then you could maybe say, I saw that professional football player when he didn't have crippling CTE.
You know what? Honestly, that sounds fun as hell. Now that I'm thinking, I was dogging on him, but I'm like, a cool fall. Now this is the nostalgia kicking in of like a cool fall night. Those Friday night lights.
Yeah.
The Pizza Hut pizza, they double slice, so you get 16 pieces out of it instead of 8, and they sell for $1.
Oh yeah, those hot dogs that have been sitting in that hot dog water.
Oh, they're just in a crock pot, Vince.
Yeah.
This is I've just been, so look, maybe I didn't do sports, okay, but I was in marching band for 2 years. Hated it. Fucking sucks.
But did you realize your potential to get better?
No, I got medium. Love being in band. Marching band was just like, I don't want to know. Marching.
Yeah.
But look, stadium up in the stands with some of your friends.
Watching like a good dumb game. To me.
It's not bad. Drinking playing My Boo whenever it's like first down. Drinking a hug.
Ooh, little hugs. Absolutely. Those barrels of sugary colored water. I realized as you were saying that story, I never had that experience because I was always playing in that Friday night game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, to just be out and
Yeah,
socializing.
just roughhousing, or before I started playing organized football, it was going to my cousin's football games and then playing tackle football behind the bleachers with a bunch of random kids. But yeah, I am going to keep reading Robot and Laserbeam. Aaron, how about you?
I have already kept reading Robot and Laserbeam, and I might just keep going. We'll see how busy work is.
Yeah, and the nice part is it's complete. You can read it all.
Ooh,
it's free. I don't know how many chapters, but it ran for 4 years, 2014 to 2018, I believe.
That's gonna be 200 something.
You can get to.
Oh, it's 62 chapters.
Yeah,
look at that.
So
That's
you.
Nothing. That's less than a chainsaw man.
Thank you, Fujimaki-san, for providing us with great sports manga content, and thank you all for tuning in to Manga Reader's Digest Part 3. And now, I guess, Aaron, it's time for plugs. You got anything to plug?
Look, Thank You Too Hard About Anime. We're gonna keep going. We'll be dropping more episodes soon. I got to record at the end of this week, so we're gonna get back on that. We, of course, are part of the Moonshot Network. Go check them out, moonshotpods.com, twitch.tv/Moonshot Network.
I think you got it.
There we go. They stream, they podcast. If you like us, you're going to like them. If you like them, then you'll like us.
Boom. It's a feedback loop of like for like. And just like I like all of that you said, I also like that we have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/KameHouseParty. Tune in this week. Got a lot going on. The 5th DLC pack for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot has dropped. So you know what that means. Ooh. We got to get back in that game and play the card game. Yeah. And Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon drops this week on Friday. So I'm going to be streaming that Friday night. No Saturdays this week. Next week, because I've scheduled it, buddy. What is it? Bomb Cyberfunk.
That chestnut.
The spiritual successor to Jet Grind Radio is out on Switch and Steam. So we're going to play a little bit of that. And then the last thing I want to say is I, along with friends of the show, Donald Chang and Kirk Cruz, have a show that's going to be coming to New York City, Caveat Theater, 12 Clinton Street here in Manhattan on October 4th. 9:30 p.m. The show is called Shonen Chumps, and it is the premier anime improv comedy variety show. We have a house team. We've got great programming scheduled. We're bringing anime and comedy together in a once in a lifetime, one of a kind show. So please keep an eye out for tickets when they drop. If you go to caveat.com, those tickets, we're not sure exactly when, but probably a month from now. So early September, they should be available.
Well, once they're there, we'll post.
We'll start linking them.
Just buy those tickets to New York is what I'm saying.
Well, here's the thing. I'm saying it's going to be streamed live, so you can watch it from anywhere, baby. And the show's called Shonen Chumps. So follow at the Shonen Chumps on Instagram and the app formerly known as Twitter. If you haven't done it, please do. And that I've wasted enough of our time. So
not a waste in any way, shape, or form. Let me just for the pod. Yeah, I'm following those Shonen Chumps on Instagram.
Yeah. Don't worry, we got content planned.
There'll be tent. You're gonna sling some tent.
We're gonna pitch some tents out there on IG. And how do we end this with a keep fighting, or do we just end it?
Well, I mean, I think we should. We might have been out of it for a bit, but I think we just, of course, you got to keep fighting. So
whether you are passively observing the growth of teenagers or you're trying to make friends into perfect strangers, you gotta
keep fighting.